Hey guys, Josh here from Mixing Mango, and I want to take a quick look at this news post, Runescape 2014 powered to the players. So, Jagex normally release a kind of post like this at the end of every year, sort of about kind of like a yearly review sort of thing, and this is sort of just an expansion of that, actually talking about how they want to just make the game more community focused, because they tried to do that last year, and they did it partially in terms of they've done a lot more of live streaming on YouTube, but in terms of actually listening to the players, that's not really the case still. So they're trying to change that with what they've got planned for this post. So the main thing is this new poll system, and so it's going to work kind of like the way that there's polls in old school, except this will just be whatever poll is more popular that will be put in the game. So actually, I think they did say for some of them there will be like a threshold you need to reach, but for most of them it will just be whatever is more popular. So they say they want to take RuneScape back to its roots and just make it like both developers and the community are sort of working on the game, which is definitely a good idea. And if they do follow through with this, then it looks really promising. I will say that. So in terms of the polls, basically they said there's going to be up to 7 polls each month, and there'll be stuff to vote on. Some will be like really big updates, some medium, some small. So these are the first, how many is that, 2, 4, 6 polls for January. I think in mid-January they're going to launch this system, so that's quite cool. And then they're not going to be polling stuff like the EOC or microtransactions. I think if they did, they kind of know the outcome already. It would be fairly negative. Well, especially for microtransactions, it'd be fairly negative. So they're not really going to poll stuff like that. But maybe like sections of it they might. So like for the EOC, they could poll maybe stuff about abilities, like see if people want more or less abilities. Microtransactions, they could do something like, I guess, more or less, something like that. I don't know, they might poll like sections of it, but they're not just going to say like, do you like the EOC, yes or no? Nothing like that. So there's also this like the future plans. They want to increase emphasis on high level content, because I mean this year we had some high level content. We had like Virago, which is extremely high level. We had Barrows and KK, which the like KK is not particularly high level. Barrows is fairly high level. But that has basically been it. Even the quest, I guess there was the dwarf quest, that was the only really high level quest. The rest were fairly low level. So yeah, it's nice they are looking at high level content, because the thing is, like, if you're a high level, you can only really do high level content, but if you're a low level, you have access to everything in the game. So really they should be focusing on high level content, because there is just so much lower and medium level content as well. It's better if you just like, everyone's going to work up to high level, so they'll have more content when they reach that. They want to increase the number of quests, because they said that they've like they put a lot more work into quests, which is quite clear. Like stuff like the World Wakes, Missing Presumed Death, even the Dwarf quest. Those are really good quests, but they can't really do both high effort and a lot of quests. So they kind of want to mix it up, do some like really high production quests, and then just other almost filler quests, I guess. Just sort of easier, kind of story based quest like they've done before. And the final thing is just improve everyday gameplay experience. So just small fixes, like how we had that just like bug fixing update week. It might have been last month, I think. Kind of something like that, I guess. Maybe that could either mean like just having a week dedicated to fixes, or having just like maybe more stuff in the patch notes. We'll see. But I mean, all three of those things really will just definitely help improve the game, and just the polling system does look really interesting. And they did say they want to take feedback for what they should poll as well, so it's definitely looking good. So I've got some stuff open here. This is there's firstly a section for power to the players on the forums. You can go check that out if you want. There's also a FAQ on there, which I'm not going to go through it. There's quite a lot there, but I think I covered quite a lot of that with what I was saying just now. But these are the all the polls they will be doing, so I'll quickly go over this. But if we go for this this page first. This is just the schedule, so this is all for January. They've got 3 tiers of poll. They have Dragonstone, Diamond and Ruby. Dragonstone is sort of the major updates they want to poll. Diamond is the medium, and Ruby is just small poll stuff. And you can see by the time frame of the poll, like this is only a week or so for the Ruby stuff. Diamond is more like 10 days, 2 weeks, and Dragonstone is basically like half the month, even a bit more. So you can see how it changes as sort of you go up the tiers. So if we look at these polls quickly, so first, invention skill versus the elf city. This is one of the major ones, whether you want invention or the elf city first. I personally will vote for the elf city just because we've already had a new skill like fairly recently. There's not really much need to have another one yet, and the elf city has been a long awaited quest, and it's going to be a high level quest, so it's going to be nice to finally access that. It's possibly going to have a new GE, things like that I can really, and a lot of other players can take advantage of. Drop table improvements, this one there's not much to it. This is just a diamond update, so they want to update either beasts, demons, elementals, ghosts, or you can even pick none of these. I'm not really sure which one I'd go for this. Possibly demons, since I guess they're kind of, maybe elementals or demons. They could probably do with a bit of a rework maybe, but I mean, to be quite honest, all of these could really do with a drop table rework, so we'll just have to see what happens with those. Holiday events, so I will probably go for the traditional, but I guess this kind of god-based sort of holiday event does look very interesting. So yeah, that is that, and it is nice to see they are actually going to do another holiday event, like a proper one. That's always good. New dragons, so interestingly they're not going for any more like metal dragons. There's no like adamant dragons or anything like that, but we do have a gold dragon, so that's kind of along the same lines, but they all do different things. There's 4 dragons, they all do different things. I'm not really sure like which ones to go for. They've even like outlined the drops. This one's farming and herblore, this one's summoning, this one's gemstones and mining, and this one is gold and silver ore, and even coins. So I don't really know. The gold dragon might be a bit overpowered in terms of just bringing a lot of GP. Yeah, they all just look kind of interesting though, and they have like different attacks, so it'll be nice to see what happens with those. The world reduction, so I'll personally vote for keep them as they are. This is just saying if they should reduce the number of worlds or just keep it the same. So yeah, like I said, I'm going to keep them as it is, just because it is nice to have less competition for resources. It would be cool if like the world did seem the game did seem a bit busier, but I would rather have more worlds for like bossing and skilling and all that as well. Minigame maps, this is the last one. So they are planning a secret minigame to be released in February, and they just want sort of like cities to be part of this minigame, so you can pick from these ones what to have. I'd probably go with Xanaris. I think that's quite an interesting idea, having the fairy city in this minigame. I'm not really sure what this minigame is going to be about though. I mean, like why it's incorporating all of these cities. Maybe it could be some kind of PvP, like you're battling across like a massive map or something. I don't really know, but that will be quite cool to see. But I think that's basically all they talks about. You can read the homepage post yourself if you want to read it in a bit more detail. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'm definitely looking forward to like what they're going to do with the poll system. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and see you later.